to the Biz Pixels channel, and I hope I said that right. I probably didn't say that right, but whatever. uh, as you know, I have four parts to my Graphics Gale tutorial, and this is basically going to be the final um, episode before I move on to a different tutorial, which will be game development, R for game development, and I'll be showing you guys a little bit of code and some other stuff. Um, so right now we're gonna hop on into Graphics Skill, and I'm gonna tell you guys or explain to you guys what I've been doing. All right. So I had a tutorial on building the character, animating and coloring, and the changes and the small little tweaks, which probably was my last one. This is probably gonna be another episode, kind of not too different from the other one. So basically, right now, what you see is my character, one of my enemies for my game. So I have an idle animation. So if you guys, um, ooh, excuse me, my allergies are killing me. So as you know, I've worked on, I believe, on the episode where I worked on my enemy characters. I call them the mushroom natives or whatever. They really have a specific name for them yet, but they will soon enough. After I find something cool to call them. So we're gonna zoom in here with the zoom tool, and as you guys remember, on the right hand side there's animation panel that shows you the frames that you have created your character on. So this is frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4. If you guys remember, this is basically gonna be a short review of all the stuff you're gonna need to know before I start my new tutorial series. So so as you know, just a little quick review. Down arrow, you're able to access the panel. You get to add all. You could add frames. You could delete frames. You could cut, copy, paste, paste left, play, pause. You could do anything you want. Auto hide the whole interface, and so just a quick overview of it. Um, on the remember on the animation. Whew, oh man, my allergies. But as I told you before, the animation panel. If you right mouse button click on it, you have your zoom in functions over here. You have your speed on which you want to uh, you have your speed on which you want to play your animation at, and also if you go down to your frames again, whoo, if you go down to your frames again, you when you click on it and it's highlighted and everything, you see these little three little dots, a little small icon right there. If you click on it, you can access your properties panel. So right now you're working on the current frames. You can work on your selected frames if you selected all these frames, or you just select all frames, all the frames that's in this little queue right here. So as usual, as I told you guys, you could you could delay the speed of your character, and it will affect the speed what you see here on the right hand side with the animation panel. And basically, if I move this down to 15, for example, and I do this for 15 as well. Actually, how about this? I'm gonna select all the selected ones. Selected frames will have. Wait, I can't do that. Okay, well you can't do that, guys. um, so we're gonna just do it the original way, with the original way how I did it. So 15 seconds, and now look at here on the right here panel. It's faster now. All right, and also you could. So this is actual the actual speed you're actually working in, and you can make it faster and whatnot. Faster is faster. You know the same things. The same little things I've taught you in the later episodes episodes of my tutorial series of Graphics Gale. And so now right now we're gonna just get back on track and show you guys woo, man, these Alex are kicking my butt. I don't know what is going on. But this is basically my death animation for my character, my enemy character. So as you know, my character mainly is like a fire type character. It's like a fire spirit. So I want this enemy character to basically explode into flames. So right now I'm gonna work on it. Man, that's crazy. Hey, well, only when I'm about to start a series, my body starts to act funky. All right. So what we're gonna do right now is just double up on the pixels. See if this is right. So 3. All right. So I'm gonna double the top ones. That's not what I want to do. I'm gonna double on all the top ones. So see if that's correct. Seems right. Okay. And so this is gonna be the little death animation. Um, as I told you guys not too long ago, we're just gonna double up on these. I'm not gonna do the bottom ones because I don't actually might have to do that because I'm not sure if my animation to the game that I'm currently working on is I don't know if it's inside. I don't know if I code it so the player is not the enemy character is literally on the ground from the bottom of itself or it's inside. I gotta check on it. I don't wanna mess anything up. Or we can make it somehow work. That's the beauty of coding, making things work. Um, Man, these alleys is a killer. This is the only thing I hate about around springtime, or uh, or it's summer in general. Like this is like the worst time for me. It's like it's poison. All right. So our character is gonna glow. Let's zoom in a little bit in the animation panel. See how that looks. All right. That's pretty. That looks pretty good. So my plan is that basically like this my enemy character has HP. So after I set the variables for this, so basically his HP is considered a variable, yada yada yada. So basically if I had this HP of 6 and my character jumps on it like for example 6 times, it'll basically the the enemy character's um, main animation will change into this, and this is what it's gonna I would say change into and explode. So basically, when I'm working on the enemies, I there's something called objects, which we'll get into once I create the freaking tutorial. I'm all messed up here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like sound like crap. But this alley's just kind of kicking my butt. But let's see if this is right. I think I'm off. Yeah, I'm off. So we use objects, and basically there's something called modularization, which basically means you create another object within the object. So you will have like a main parent, and and this basically this animation which will be considered an object, will follow your main animation. So it's basically child to that main object. So basically that's, I'm just giving you guys like a small little heads up of probably what the new series is gonna probably deal with. I don't want to confuse you guys too much, so I want to just keep that limited. I'm just gonna just show you basically what my plan is for this little animation is for before you guys get any like confused or curious about what I'm about to do. So we about to burst this thing into flames. So congested. What is going on? I did not expect this episode to kick my ass like this. So it's kind of have like a Spirited Away effect. You're like, oh, I'm just gone, yeah, And so it's from here, and it's that high, right? Yeah, just about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So I'm looking over here and I'm noticing that actually it looks pretty nice. Actually, I'm pretty satisfied with this. So if you guys follow the series, I'm just gonna duplicate this frame. I'm gonna call this frame 2. Oh man, I did not expect to be this congested. This is like the the wrong time. My body just decided to react on its own. So sorry if you guys feel annoyed. So let's increase it by 1 on each of these. It's tedious. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tedious, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a little tedious. Okay. And as you see, the animation's already going. So is that it? Yeah. If I want to erase it, obviously I'm gonna let me just move here to my mouse real quick because I'm using a tablet. We just basically right click and you're gonna pick up the white space to erase your color. So just in case if you guys forgot all about that. As I told you guys before, I'm increasing this by at least 1 pixel. So it's actually 4 here. See if that makes sense. Oh, it doesn't. Makes sense over here more. Actually, I'm just gonna erase that because it doesn't look good. I'm looking over here in my animation panel. Huh. Yeah, let's take this. Let's take this away. Because it doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, because I didn't increase these, of course. Let's increase this side too, guys. Kind of throwing me off. Actually, it's probably gonna be a 3 framed animation. Let's see if that makes sense. The bottom one doesn't. Looks a little weird. Something's off, but I can't quite get it right. From this, actually, no, it's actually fine. It's just me tripping out. You know, when you get your little allergy symptoms, you start hallucinating and shit. um, all right, this actually, actually no. I'm gonna make it pulsate a little bit more. But I'll be a little bit more selective about that. Like, where should I increase it? Although I feel like I should increase certain parts. I should increase all parts. It feels like, but yeah, let's do that, guys. Let's just go with that. So basically, right now, what I'm teaching you guys is a little bit more of a problem solving aspect of creating stuff like this. You know. So if you feel like something's not right, you can always look to your animation panel and be like, huh, does that make sense? Does that make you feel comfortable? Who knows? If you feel like something's not right, does it feel right? Then it's most likely it's not right. Like I said, it has because you have naturally you have a certain you know feel for certain like motions. You know what feels right and you know what doesn't feel right. You know what's you basically know. Sorry, I sidetracked. So you basically know what feels right to you. If it doesn't feel right to you, then fix it. It's all problem solving at the end, baby. All right. Let's duplicate again. So we're gonna duplicate frame 2. Make this frame 3. Um, and we're gonna increase this by 1 again. Yes, it's tedious. Yes, it's tedious, but animation is tedious. You know, you can you imagine like if you playing like things like World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 2 and you see like I mean they're 3D games, you know. But do you ever imagine like how much time animators put into that character to make it flow and move like that? Even the dance moves. Like you look at the dance moves and you're like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But then again, it's just like, you know. It's like to me how I look at it cuz I used to do animation. How I look at it is basically like how much time did it take for that guy to make all of those parts move like that? Did it take him days? Did it take him weeks? You know, did it take him months? You know, if I'm looking at like out of all these cartoons, you know, uh, from in modern day, and I'm just wondering like, huh, how did this? Like, have you ever seen like Family Guy? You see how like simple their animation is. Like the thing about that is like their animation is simple. That's why they were able to dish out so much episodes, you know, and create like these all these different series. Like these guys have like a not only that they have a library for all the characters. They're just like they have they have a different way of messing with you in terms of animation because animation is basically like a whole illusion. It's like a whole illusion thing, you know. And so basically, when you're like an artist, you're an illusionist. That's how I, that's how I feel. It's like you're supposed to make the person feel like it's, a natural. Like if I was, example, if, oh man, this is kind of a complicated topic to get into. Um, Actually, I'm fine. I think we're gonna go with 4 frames, huh? Ah, yeah. So 4 frames actually work. Sorry, guys, I'm getting sidetracked. So basically, you're like you're illusionist when you're an artist of any form, because you are pleasuring people's, I would say senses, because the eyes, and you're making people excited, you're making people entertained by making these. It's more of a fascination thing. It's a psychological thing, you know. Um, all right, that's actually pulsating pretty nicely. We got something going on there. So there you go. So basically, that's gonna be the burning animation for the enemy character. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I have like started just talking and talking and talking. So I just stopped that conversation. I was like, nah, I'm not trying to get into it. But I hope you have a good idea what I meant. These allergies are killing my brain cells right now. So that actually pretty works out well. Um, Actually, I think I'm pretty set with that. So if you guys were able to like create your own little character by following my Graphics Gale tutorial, tell me, because it tells me the progress, or in terms of my tutorials, like what it gives me like little advices on what you guys like, and it gives me a good thing, like a good I would say a how would I say, a good survey on like how I'm like explaining these tutorials, if it's working, or things are a little bit, if I explain things a little bit too complicated, or I'm like rambling a lot, or you know I just like good feedback. You know, don't be too harsh on me. But so with this, we have created our own little death animation. So right now, I'm trying to figure out what should we do next. What should we do next? Um, do you know what? We should make a house for this character. So let's save this and let's make a small little house. And I'm probably gonna make um a new file, which will probably might be 64 by 64, but probably huh, what should I do? 96. Let's see if that works. So this is my new format. And we're just gonna draw a small little house. So I'm gonna go to my color palette. I'll actually select black because I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna do a quick outline. Or you could select red. I love red. Anything that makes, things look a little bit more easier for you to see. Huh. This house is gonna be like this. It's gonna be like a little round shape. What I'm thinking about is like, do you know how Mario, how they have like the mountains and stuff? I'm gonna make it like that. The mountain is kind of like this little. half oval shape hills or whatever, and they have like faces on it. Let's make something like that. Let's get a rough outline of how we're gonna do this. It's not gonna be perfect at all because mountains aren't perfect. Are they always equal on each side? It looks equal, but I don't think they are. Everybody has a different shape for the house. So let's make a house like this. Like proportions are basically everything. Well, not everything, but visually appealing to in human psychology, like psychology, basically. You know, humans are more attracted to things that is on a even plane, such as beauty and things like that. It's just a psychological thing, you know. It's more appealing for things to be proportionate than it is to be out of proportionate in terms of how we naturally think, as how the color red symbolizes hungerness, and blue symbolizes something like tranquility, calmness. Huh. Actually, I can make a little house like that. And how about we just add green? Turn this whole thing green. And we're gonna get a little darker green for the outside. Ah, we're getting somewhere. A little house. We'll put a face to it. I took off the grid just to see it a little better. Cause of cause the grid, depending on the, how would I say, depending on the size of your workspace, the grid could actually be kind of a nuisance to. So if I make it by 1920 by 180, expect to see a whole bunch of tiny little squares compared to seeing if you're looking at 64 by 64, how it's the sizes of the squares are much bigger and larger, and they're easier for you to navigate, especially for pixel art. I'm actually I kind of satisfied with the way it looks. Um, let's actually go back to our little mushroom character. We're gonna use the rectangular tool and just copy and paste it so I could get a good feel on how would it look. Ah, bam, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So basically, this little thing is gonna spawn from here. It's gonna instantiate. But we'll get into that later. I'm kind of moving ahead of myself by telling you guys all this like random crap. I'm actually having fun doing this, which I should be having fun. Not saying I usually don't. All right. Let's see if this works. Does that make sense? It could work. I'm probably gonna tweak it a little bit more when I'm off air. All right, we got that. We don't want to make it perfect because I don't think mushrooms could build, objects. Or it could be wrong. Who knows? I don't know what mushrooms do. All right. Let's see if that works. By the way, if you guys don't know, Control C is the copy with the rectangular tool of the selection you have it around, and Control V is to paste. As if you follow my tutorial series, I teach you all that stuff. So basically, this is like basically a whole overview of all of our tutorials. So it's a slightly more, it's a slight accelerated tutorial or overview, I should say, of everything, combining everything and of everything that we learned and using our knowledge to build elements for a potential game or animation that probably are working on or plan on working on. So so what I'm gonna do is just add more detail. I just should make this a little darker, huh? Actually, that's not gonna work. Actually, I can make that work. Actually, I'm tripping. I can make that work. Actually, no, I can't. Actually, I can't. So this is gonna be a little home for our character. So what I'm just basically making this tutorial for, like I said again, is just solidifying everything that we have learned before we hop on to how our small little game development series that I plan on doing with you guys. All right, I'm satisfied with this little funky little thing here. Actually, it's actually really bothering me. Something's actually bothering me about this. I'm gonna change each color of this. Looks like somebody just threw up on it. All right, I think I'm satisfied with this. I keep saying that. I'm probably gonna take it off air anyway. Alright guys, I'm gonna end this episode right here. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please like, share, subscribe, or write down your opinion about this episode / part down at the down on the description below. Down on the comments below. See? Speaking of oh man, my Alice is killing me. But anyway, take care, baby. Hello guys, and welcome to BizPixel channel. And I'm gonna give you guys a quick update on what's been happening with the game I'm developing right now for the